If you're serious about achieving an authentic film aesthetic in post-production, you need to see what Dehancer can do for you. Dehancer is a powerful film emulation software, backed by a decade of research and development. It uses very precise profiles of genuine film stocks, along with a full set of tools that recreate film effects. Effects such as film grain, halation, bloom. All this color science and engineering are packed into a neatly designed plugin that works with the major video editing programs like Davinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, and After Effects. There's also a mobile version of their software available for iOS as a photo and video editor app, putting the power of true film emulation right in your pocket. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through some of the tools available in Dehancer's OFX plugin for Davinci Resolve. I'll create 3 different looks from footage that I shot with my URSA Mini Pro G2 paired with my Zeiss CP.3XD lenses. I'll also take a look at Dehancer's iOS app to see how it performs with footage shot in Filmic Pro on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Before we jump into it, full disclosure. I was approached by Dehancer to do a review of their software for this YouTube video. In exchange, I'll get a lifetime license to their plugin for Davinci Resolve. Dehancer offers a range of pricing options for their products. A lifetime license of their Pro version goes for $449. Their iOS app goes for $89.99 a year. If you're interested in any of their products, please use promo code BWPCINE for 10% off of your purchase. As an affiliate, I'll make a small commission from the sale. You can find all the information in the description box below. Alright, let's get to it. For my first look, I want to explore the motion picture film stocks available through Dehancer, specifically the Kodak Vision 3 family of films. Before I jump into Dehancer, I want to set up my color management because even though Dehancer offers over 130 film profiles in the input source, unfortunately the camera that I shot my test footage on is not included in that list of profiles. And the camera that I shot with is the URSA Mini Pro G2. So I prefer to work in nodes anyway. I don't like setting my color management on the project level, so I do it on the node level. So my input color space transform, I got my input color space set to Blackmagic Design 4.6K film Gen 3. My input gamma set to Blackmagic Design 4.6K film. And my output color space is Davinci Y Gamut, and with my output gamma being Davinci Intermediate. Tone mapping, I have custom max input turned off, but I turn on my custom max output and go for the maximum available amount of nits. Gamut mapping, saturation compression on. And my output basically swapped, but yeah, input color space is Davinci Y Gamut. Input gamma is Davinci Intermediate, right here, Davinci Intermediate. And my output color space is set to Rec 709. Rec 709 with my output gamma set to 2.4 as that's what my reference monitor is set to. Next, I'll go to the Dehancer plugin. And I have everything turned off at the moment, all the tools. Reading the manual for Dehancer, they have a specific order of operations that they recommend, so I'll try to follow the way they recommend the order of operations go. If I have any criticism at all about the plugin is like if they have a recommended workflow to order the tools in that order, but that's a small nitpicky thing. The first step is to select your input. Since I'm working on Davinci Y Gamut Intermediate Timeline, I select that as my source. Next, we're setting the film profile. I'm going for Kodak Vision 3 250D. Let's see it in the viewer. That's with it off and on, off and on. Cool, so that's the film print. Dehancer suggests to then adjust the vignette afterwards, as it has an effect on the overall exposure and contrast levels. So I'll go with that. And I decided to go with the default vignette for this particular case. Looks great. We go to the expand tool, and that's where you set your black and white point and the overall contrast of the image. Here, that's with it off and on, off and on. Okay, so got that set. Yeah, after the expand tool, we set our print film. Usually motion picture negative film stock is printed on a positive film. So in this case, we're printing to Kodak 2383 print film. This is how it looks. Off and on, off, on. After the print profile is set and any adjustments in the expand tool are made, the next tool up is the color head tool. Basically it adjusts the overall color timing of the image. If it's like too yellow or blue, magenta, green, or cyan and red. And this is how it looks, yeah, before and after. Basically in my case, I just wanted to warm up the image and just make it pop a little bit more. After the color head tool is set, the next tool I move on to is the film grain, which I used, Emulation, and bloom. And this is how it's looking afterwards. We also have access to the film damage tool, film breath, gate weave, and overscan, which are all great tools, but I just didn't really use it in this particular case. With the settings set and the look established in the Dehancer plugin, I can move on and do little flourishes with the rest of Davinci Resolve's tools to shot match any inconsistencies and add little flourishes. A great example would be like in this particular shot where I adjusted the blues and the reflection on the tabletop, the glass tabletop. Did an adjustment in the curve tool, the curve page. It ended up being hue versus set adjustment, where I adjusted the cyan and blue levels to bring out the blue of the tabletop a little bit more. Just to show you what I mean. This is with it on, off, on, off, on. Yeah, it helps with bringing out a little bit more color contrast in the image. Another example of some secondary adjustments is in this shot, where I did another hue versus sat adjustment to lighten up the face a bit more. I just latched onto the red in the image and lightened it up a bit more. So that's with it off, on, off, on. Yeah, I mean, it does a good job of lightening up the face a little bit more. Another shot I want to bring your attention to is this one, where besides using the film compression tool in Dehancer's plugin, I accentuated it a little bit more with some highlight recovery available in Davinci's toolset. This is with it on, this is off, on, and off, on. Yeah, as you can see, it brings back a lot of detail. Lastly, with the opening shot of the sequence, I did the same thing with the highlight recovery. This is with it off and on, off and on. And the other thing that I did in this shot was to add a glow OFX, just to accentuate the lamp a little bit more. This is with it on, off, on, off, on. All right, with that, let's see how the rest of the sequence turned out. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, well for my second look I want to go for a black and white look. So I'm thinking going with Kodak Eastman XX22, 5222. I'm going to enable that. Once again in the viewer, that's off, on, off, on. Next, going to set my vignette. Enabled. That's with it on. With the vignette set, the next step is to set my expand tool. This is with it off. This is on, off. Next is the print tool. I'm going with Kodak 2383 print film. This is with it off, on, off, on. With my film print profile set, the next step is to adjust my film compression. This is with it on, off. Once again, here we go. It's off, on. Yeah, it does quite a bit of a difference. Off, on. After I have my film compression set, the next step is to add any film grain, which I do. I'm gonna definitely have some film grain adjusted. Definitely use some more halation and some bloom. Here's how it looks. Those are the settings I adjusted in the Dehancer plugin for this shot. The only other adjustments that I made was a secondary color correction window on this right window here to darken the foliage of the green tree in the background. This is how it looks with it off, on, off, on. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I did for this shot. Let's check out how the rest of the sequence turned out. Cool. For my third look, I want to go with something more fun, punchy, and vibrant. I'm thinking a positive slide film. So for my first setting for my film profile, I'm going to go with Aurore Chrome. When I first initially set that up, the profile was completely out of whack, so I had to rein it in with the source temperature and tint controls just to get into a manageable level. This is what it looks like on, off, on the viewer. Let's see how that would look. On, off, on. Next, set the vignette. That's how it looks on. Go into our expand tool, and yeah, this is how it looks with it on, off. Once again in the viewer. On, off, on. With the expand tool set, next I move to the print tool. I'm going to select the linear profile for this shot. Since Över is a positive slide film profile, it's not printed onto any other paper or positive film stock. So with it on, that's, oops, sorry, that's wrong. It's with it enabled, off, on. I had to do a whole bunch of adjustments with the tonal contrast and color density just to make it pop. But yeah, this is how it looks on, off, on. Next, I moved to the color head tool. Did a whole bunch of adjustments just to get the colors right and to make the image pop more. And this is with it enabled and off. Let's see, enabled and off. Let's go look in the viewer. That's off, on, off, on. Lastly, I added film grain. I went with 65mm ISO 250 and bloom 65mm 70-40 enabled. That's how it looks. Alright, and that's pretty much it for this shot. Let's check out the rest of the sequence, see how it all turned out. Besides developing a fully comprehensive plugin for desktop, the folks at Dehancer have crammed all that functionality into an iOS app. Let's take it for a spin. I'm going to open it up right here and importing a shot that I shot from Filmic Pro. When I open it up, you got a whole bunch of presets that you could choose from, but I want to do a manual edit, so click that, and yeah, I'm going to turn off all the tools for now, disengage everything. And go to the beginning. So for my source, it already automatically detects that I shot this footage in Apple iPhone Filmic Pro log, which is amazing. And it provides exposure controls, but right now it's looking pretty good. I don't have to do anything. For films, yeah, it gives me choices. I could actually preview how it's going to look depending which film stock that I go with. This time, I think I'm going to go with Fuji Real, actually. That's actually good. And you have an opportunity to push and pull. Yeah, just keeping it at 0 is actually fine. I'm not going to push or pull it. I just like that as it is. Next, I'm going to go set my vignette. And yeah, lower it down the edges there. That looks good. The size, yeah, just keep it. That looks good right there. Going next to the expand tool. The black point. Yeah. 7 right about there. The histogram. Oh. And we also have histogram tools, which are pretty cool. So you actually get to see, your adjustments. It's pretty powerful. Being able to gauge what you're doing in real time like this is amazing. Color mode normal, very good. Alright, I'm gonna disengage. So I'm happy with my expand. Next for my print. Yeah, perfect. Fujifilm, that's great. Exposure. I may lighten that up just a bit. That's good. Tonal contrast. I want to make it too crunchy. Yeah, somewhere right there is good. Print. Good. Expand to what do I need to do anything there? Black point. White point. It's good. Oh. Off the floor. There we go. Something like that. Like that. Good. Print. Anything in the developer. Contrast boost. That's already kind of crunchy. Whoa. Something right there. Gamma correction. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Separation is very good. Compression. Let's see if we could bring back that highlight back a little bit. Impact. Let's see with our histogram. The fact that I have the histogram in the scopes here, that's pretty helpful. Right there. Compression. Lastly, color head. I mean, I don't really know. I think I'm going to bypass that altogether. Film grain. Custom film type amount. Size. I'm gonna go with actually a preset. Thinking, yeah, 35mm ISO. Good. Try some emulation. Interesting. Bloom. Yeah, that's lovely. On, off, isn't it? Can't really see too much. That's right there. Should be pretty good. And yeah, for a test, I think I'm going to try, you know, the film damage and other tools we have here too. Why not? Okay. Custom, maybe not a custom thing, but I'll give it, yeah, 35mm preset. Add some film. Just film breath. Film wave. Try to do an overscan too. Why not? Okay. Widescreen. Very cool. Neat, normal. Perforation. Negative. Good. Vertical. Exposure. Be able to see the sprockets a bit more. Cool. Scale. I'm gonna keep it minimal. Everything else sounds good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm just feeling like I'd like to grunge up the image a little bit more. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit more. I'm gonna do a custom damage. Dust amount. Let's go crazy here. Why not? Dusty. Dust scale. Alright. Dust size balance curve. Cool. Hairs. Wow. Alright. I'll make it hairy. Dusty and hairy. Sounds like a movie title right there. Cool. Alright, hair size balance. Scratches. That's good. Scratchy. Cool. A whole bunch of I'm not going to touch the rest of it. That's too much to go into. Film breath. Let's try and make a custom. What are you looking at anyway? Wait, playback. That is kind of crazy. It's not bad. Lagging a little bit, but pretty cool. Period. Exposure, tonal contrast. I'm going to adjust the rest of them. Keep that. Gate weave. Let's try to do a custom setting. Why not? Let's try to push it a bit. Impact. Okay, I guess that's a pretty good setting. Let's try to save it and see what we have. Yeah. I'm able to, even I'm gonna keep it at 130 megabits, like Filmic Extreme, and full res, and confirm. And it is exporting. Well, while it's exporting, let's see how that shot turned out. Final thoughts. I'm honestly blown away by all the work that the Dehancer team put into this plugin. It really shows. And the fact that they crammed it into an iOS app, like you got a film lab right in your pocket. Yeah, if you're ever in a pinch and you need higher grade film emulation for any of your reels or stories, definitely serves its purpose. As impressive as the iOS app is, I think I'm going to stick to the desktop version. It's just more comfortable being able to be more spaced out and really see what I'm getting. As far as criticisms, I'm hard pressed to find any. Just like the order of operations, like if the Dehancer team has a certain way of going through to adjust the changes, then it makes sense to have the flow reflected in the order of operations within the plugin itself. If you liked what you saw here and you want to buy any of Dehancer's products, please use promo code BWPCINE for 10% off your purchase. Other than that, let me know what you want to see in more future videos. You want to see more color grading tutorials, perhaps videos detailing my cinema camera rigs, or even other videos on mobile filmmaking. Drop a comment below. Other than that, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And that's it for today's video. Take care until next time.